But now the Panhandle is bracing for a different kind of impact. Officials warn that waves from the storm could push more oil and tar balls onto Pensacola's white sand beaches. Joining us now live from Pensacola, Republican Senator George LeMieux. Senator LeMieux, good morning.
Good morning, Savannah.
Well, I see it's a windy day there. Can you just give us a status update? How do the beaches look today?
Well, it's pretty stormy out here. If you look over my shoulder, you can see that the waves are crashing up on the beach. The wind's blowing about 20 to 30 miles off the beach, off the water onto the beach. And the concern we have today is that these were just the kind of conditions that washed up a bunch of this oil onto the beaches last week, sort of the worst of what we've seen. I took a walk on the beach this morning. There are tar balls, unfortunately, all along the beach, and even some what I would call tar rocks about the size of a softball that I found in a couple places. So unfortunately, it looks like we're going to get a little more oil on our beaches this morning.
And Senator, you've been somewhat critical of the Obama administration, the federal response, saying the government should have been availing itself of more foreign offers of assistance. Do you still feel that way?
I do, foreign and domestic. We've had 56 offer of assistance. We've taken 6. I've been showing pictures of this boat, the Swan, which is a Dutch ship that could have soaked up 20,000 tons of oil and water a day. And that ship was never brought into the U.S. because the U.S. never got back to the company. There's a ship called a Whale now. It is literally a whale. It is the world's largest skimmer, a Taiwanese vessel that's on its way to the Gulf. An LSU professor is reporting that this ship in one day could soak up as much oil as all the skimmers have soaked up so far combined. Why we wouldn't have that skimmer already here makes no sense to me. But they're telling us, the folks on the ship, that they don't have clearance yet to skim off of the coast of the Gulf. That also doesn't make any sense. We need all the help we can get. You should be looking over my shoulder and seeing skimmers as far as the eye can see.
But just to be clear, these offers of foreign assistance, it's not foreign aid. They're not free, right? Is that your understanding too?
Some are and some are not. But whether you have to pay for them or not, at this point, who cares? I mean, we're going to lose billions of dollars of revenue on the Gulf states. We've already lost that much. We're going to lose that much more again. What's the environmental cleanup going to cost? Let's keep this oil off of our beaches, out of our waterways, out of our estuaries.
I want to put something on the screen, Senator LeMieux. It shows that since this accident happened, food stamp allocations are up almost 20% in just the past 60 days. Unemployment now higher than the statewide rate of almost 12%. Social services are concerned about increase in domestic abuse and child neglect. I mean, a lot has been said about BP being the responsible party and paying, which is certainly the intention of the federal government. But isn't it a fact that one way or another, the government is going to end up paying in terms of social services and the like?
Well, the government's going to pay. BP is going to pay for most of this in terms of the economic damage, but there also is social strain, anxiety. That's why you're seeing higher incidences, unfortunately, of domestic violence. And that's because there's so much stress on the people here on the Gulf Coast. I was here just a week or so ago with the President of the United States. There's a pier right over here. And I talked to one of the ladies who works at the pier who serves food. And I asked her, are people coming out and visiting the beaches anymore? And she said, oh, yeah, lots of people are visiting. People haven't come in a long time because they're coming to say goodbye. It's almost as if they had a loved one who was on their deathbed. They're coming to say goodbye to the beach. This is a very stressful incident for the people of Florida. People move to Florida because they love the water and they don't want to see their beaches ruined.
Well, Senator George LeMieux in Pensacola this morning, thank you for your time, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Savannah. Thank you.
Okay, let's do our trivia.